Well, good morning, everybody. This is Mark Evans, your instructor for organizational behavior. Welcome to week 5. We're now at the halfway point of the 10-week term, and I know that you're probably getting a little tired, but from what I've seen from experience, you're going to feel a lot more stressed as the term continues now, because you're going to start feeling like you're running out of time. But the exciting thing is that you're halfway through, and it won't be long and you'll have another class under your belt. This week we will be having a number of things going on that I want you to know about. We have the second of the 3 required collaborate sessions going on this week. It will be Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is a graded activity that you're required to participate in. If you have to work or you have family obligations and can't be online Thursday night at 7 p.m., the session is recorded, and you are required to go out and watch that after the fact, or end up in a 0 for that particular part of your grade. So this week I think we're going to be talking a little bit about APA formatting and how to do that in different ways. I think that'll help you with this class. It'll also help you with some of the other classes that you're doing. And again, that will be Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, if you can't be there, excuse me, make sure that you go out and watch it, the recording of it afterwards. This week, as being the midterm, middle of the term, as we've talked about, there will be midterm grades posted. And what you need to know there is the midterm is exactly what you would have if the class were to end at that time. Hopefully there are no surprises to you, because we have a column that says current grade that we try to keep updated, and that should be telling you all along as well what you're doing. So be looking for that midterm grade. I do want to remind you that if you see a poor grade in the current grade column or the midterm grade column, the first thing you should do is go out to the grade book and look for work that's not been turned in. At the time that you're watching this video, I've updated the entire grade book in terms of what is supposed to be turned in by the various due dates, and quite a few zeros out there for people where they haven't turned work in. The university late policy does apply, but in a lot of cases you can still go back and get that work turned in and at least get a partial grade, which would be much better than a 0. So if you see zeros, that means I don't have your work or it hasn't been turned in, and so that's opportunity to improve your grade if it's not what you think it should be. Likewise, this week you have the second test of the material in week 5, and that is again multiple choice true false questions based on the last few chapters that we've studied. You can take that test twice, and I do take the highest grade. Keep in mind that it is randomized, so the second time you take the test you'll get different grades, or you'll get different questions than what you did the first time, but it's the same material. You'll also have different tests for each student, so that it eliminates the opportunity for sharing of answers and that sort of thing. But we will take the highest of the 2 tests, and keep in mind that is due this week. Also remind you that there was a test due in week 3. There are quite a few zeros out there where people haven't done that test. Again, you can go back based on the late policy and try to catch those things up if you can. That's the biggest things that I'm worried about, is missing work, because a lot of your assignments and discussions and things that you are turning in look very good. But these places where things are missing just really hurt grades. And so hopefully you can go through, see where you're missing things, and let's get those things caught up. Also want to talk a little bit about group work. We tried that here this week and over the last week or so actually, and it has kind of bombed, with a lot of people having problems. I think I did see 2 groups that were able to get together and work on their problems and turn things in, and you have been graded for that. I am going to stop the group work going forward, so if you did it, you will get credit for it, and if you didn't, don't worry about it. We're going to stop it because I don't want you frustrated and upset and all bothered about it. we'll sort out that a little bit later. But if you did do it, congratulations, and your grade will go in and count good for you, and we'll just move on from the group work for the time being. I hope that you're enjoying the class, learning some things about motivation, learning a few things about different behaviors of people, whether it's what it is, motivations or influencing and so forth. And we'll continue those discussions in our class this week. Hope again that you're enjoying it. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll see you in class.